So, just asking about today. Defensive back highlight of the day. Who had it? What stood out to you?
Throughout the day, there was a lot of guys that made plays. I really couldn't even pinpoint just one play that somebody made that was outstanding over the others, but I think there's a lot of guys working right now.
How did you do?
I feel like I had a pretty good practice. As always, I feel like there's room for improvement, things that I can get better at, but at the end of the day, I'm working. So,
What are some of those areas you're trying to get better at this point?
just being able to finish. The finish element of it is critical. I feel like you can always get better at that, so enhancing my finish is something I'm really focused on right now.
And then, just in terms of this defense, how aggressive is it in terms of maybe trusting you guys with man coverage on the back end, maybe blitzing? How aggressive have you guys been scheme-wise?
No comment.
Okay. Where would you say you've grown the most since last year to this time?
I think I do a lot of the little things a lot better than I did before. At the last school that I was at, I struggled to prevail off the field and do the things that really mattered, the little things that add up. So I really toned into being able to handle those things and do those things to the best of my ability, and it really elevated my game a lot.
What stands out about Coach Williams at this point?
Everything. Just the way that he coaches. He's definitely not like most coaches. The experience and the things that he's done so far. So just having a technician like that as my position coach is something that really is really outstanding.
How do you feel like the scrimmage went for the defense?
We did pretty good. As always, there's ups and there's downs when you got an offense as explosive as ours, but for the most part, I think it was pretty good for us.
When you guys watched the tape, was there something that jumped out, either good or bad for your unit or the defense?
Just for the whole team, I think the effort standpoint has been pretty good. Got guys flying to the ball, guys finishing plays on offense, so just having guys with effort and things like that is something that's really going to help us as a team in the long run.
Where would you say you guys are just in terms of communicating as a defensive backfield? You guys, the safeties, kind of working all together?
Like I said in my interview before, the safeties are pretty much got it as far as scheme. So being able to communicate with those guys like it's anywhere else, like they already know the defense and things like that. So having that option is pretty good to us.
And go ahead.
Latrell, were you on Friday Night Takes?
Yeah, I definitely was.
How did they feel like that influenced you or anything, just having that spotlight on you and kind of that attention?
How do they or I?
Yeah, just being you, how did that influence you just growing up and being on a popular show like that?
I think it helped me for this, being able to learn how to act when you got a camera in front of your face and what to say and what not to say is something that I really struggled with at first. So having that camera on me early on really helped.
Some of your teammates were on a similar show?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you guys talked about that experience at all?
I actually been on a couple of the guys from that show for a while now, so it's pretty cool that I actually got to meet up with them in college.
And that's the Coach Snoop show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach Grinch said you kind of came in with a lot of confidence even as a freshman, and I'm just curious about that whole thing about having to have a short memory and all that as a cornerback. Have you always had that, or was there kind of a moment where you kind of turned a corner, do you think?
I feel like confidence is a learned trait. At the end of the day, you're not going to always be confident in things that you do. So just being comfortable in the scheme and understanding what my job is and how to do it and what to do at what time is something that I really think helped me a lot.
And then just any offensive guys deserving some shouts at this point?
All of them. Like I said, guys are working, so I can't even really just sit there and point out one guy because there's so many guys doing well and going up from what I see. So it's making me better at the end of the day.